Hello, and welcome, my Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, and fellow Earth sign Virgo that I am, and so loving my Capricorns. Welcome. If you are new to my channel, please do consider liking, subscribing, hitting that notification bell, and commenting as you see fit. And for my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your love, for your Earth sign support, for everything you do. The comments, I've made some really neat friends, both here through YouTube, but also on my Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short private Facebook group. Gotten to know a lot of Capricorns along the way. Us Earth signs got to stick together, ain't that right? We're the only sane ones. So at least 1/4 of the zodiac of the belt is healthy-ish. So let's get down to it, shall we? Let's get down to business. This is a What Do I Need read, right? A specific period of time looking at the full moon, the harvest full moon in September, which is in Pisces. The Pisces moon that I was born under 52 years ago, right? September 6th is my birthday, but the actual full moon I was born on this year is on the 2nd of September, orbits and whatnot. And we're looking at a 2-week period, the waning moon, from that full moon to the new moon in Virgo on the 17th. A little tricky math though here, or timing I should say. The full moon's at 1:22 a.m. on the 2nd, so you might want to do your magic, your intention work, your full moon, whatever, the night before, right? Because that's a little, if you want to hit that exact moment, 1:22 a.m. Eastern time at least, right? If you're out west coast, that might be a little bit easier to manage schedule-wise for the middle of the week. But also the new moon is a little tricky. That new moon in Virgo on the 17th is at 7:02 a.m. and goes void, of course, 40 minutes later. So if you want to get your new moon magic in, you got to get up early, and you've got 42 minutes to do what you're going to do. Otherwise, if you can wait until 2:56 p.m., the moon will be in Libra. Not bad, right? New moon, not technically new moon in Libra, but you can at least catch that waxing moon energy. So what do I need? Read an 8-card draw. 8 cards are going to hit the table from different divination systems, 5 divination systems, 2 healing tools to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace in terms of what you need from the pantheons that I've been working with all of my life in one way, shape, or form, so that you can navigate this waning moon. Waning moons are tricky. It's alchemical. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table, so think of waning those 3 atoms from a toxic situation into a healthy one, which is what the first deck is that we're gonna work with, the Caroline Myss Archetype deck, which is a healing tool, not technically divination, but we're using it like one. You'll see how it goes. And all the decks that I read are in the description box below. I will call them out as we use them. Remember, this is a general read. Take what resonates. What's going on in your body while you're watching? That's how you know if something resonates. Not whether you like it or not up here. It's what does the body do, right? That's really energetics. The mind can talk you into or out of anything. Trust me, I'm a Virgo. I know. And do check your other signs, because, like, let's say you're a Capricorn Sun. Well, what's your moon sign, right? If you're a Cancerian moon, that's the opposite. The Cancer reading might have something, a totally different aspect of your life. One would think emotional if you're a Cancer moon. Or Cancer, anything. Because y'all are moody. Cancerians. You ready? Let's do this. Remember to breathe. Stay in the present moment. I'll do the same. Let's do this. Oh, yes. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, can I get 1 card in clarity from the Caroline Myss Archetype deck? What is the dominant archetype this Capricorn is dealing with that they need, right? And what do I need, right? I need to heal this full moon in Pisces to new moon next. What is the dominant archetype, the dominant soul power within themselves, within someone else, within a situation, maybe all of that, any combination of that they need to alchemize and deal with this full moon to new moon next, September 2020. Lovely. The Seeker archetype, wisdom family archetype, the shadow attribute, inability to commit to a path once found. Now, I don't know every Capricorn on planet Earth, but I know at least the Capricorn sun signs that I've dealt with really know how to commit, right? So this would have to be either someone that you're dealing with, a situation that you're not sure whether or not you want to commit, that you have sought and therefore will find or have found, or yeah, just tuning to this. There can be an uncertainty about it, but that's different than an inability to commit to a path once found. More likely you have the light attribute going on here. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Wherever you are, you have a thirst for truth and wisdom. So it's not even so much a path. The path is wherever you are. And that's true. But I like the seeker archetype. It's just different than the student. It doesn't have to be so focused. They don't have to completely commit hook, line, and sinker to something like a student would. Like someone can study tarot, right? A seeker, they could be like, well, they'll use the tarot, but they'll also the runes and astrology and prayer and Eckhart Tolle and Kuan Yin, right? Like an eclectic in that sense. There's no eclectic card archetype, at least in this deck. But I would say there's a nice touch of that with the seeker. It's just, what do you like when you find that which you have sought? Let's ask the angels. Healing with the Angels Oracle. What is the angel that walks with you that you need to work with, need to call upon this full moon to new moon next, and help with that alchemy of the seeker? Breathe. Thank you, my angels, please. I had a rough morning. I look good for it, though. They're being very conciliatory and very, very, well, they're angels. That's what they do. My angels, please, one card in clarity for the Capricorn collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. This full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo. What do they need? What is the angel they need to call upon for this new moon to full moon next, particularly in context with that seeker archetype led to gold? Who is the angel they most need to call upon September 2020? Full to new moon. Oh, the angel of miracles. Now, I've been asking this question since the twin flame reads, which were a riot. They nearly killed me, but they were really good. The angel's name is not Miracle. That's a horse from a Mel Brooks movie. A horse of a different color entirely. It's a title. It's not the name, right? The title. What would the angels of miracles do? What would the angel of miracles think about that? What kind of healing would you do with the angel of miracles? Well, they would probably bring you into alignment with the miracle that's already taking place, particularly if you're seeking a miracle. They would help you find the miracle that is there, or at least guide you through that process. But miracles in and of itself is an alchemical process, right? What is a miracle? Well, a miracle is something that defies natural law, right? Parting of the Red Sea, walking on water, water into wine. Gee, a lot of them are aquatic, come to think of it. But then there is the miracle of the alchemy from fear to love. Very Course in Miracles version of a miracle. Both of those could be true, but it looks like you're seeking a miracle. And if you are indeed seeking a miracle and you're Capricorn, you know it's slow and steady wins the race, Capricorn. But maybe a miracle that you're seeking is already in play. So maybe that angel could help you play along with that miracle. And who could be better to do that with an Archangel Michael that they dedicated the Blue Angel Oracle to? The Archangel of Truth, in my opinion. Powers of the South, Element of Fire, one of the major four. The best press agent. John Travolta played him in a movie. Really the best press agent. Often thought of as Saint Michael the Archangel, which is a confusing thing because saints and archangels are sort of different, but whatever. Different levels of consciousness, but whatever. Multidimensional being. But often thought of, like I said, as protector and defender, but to me, the Archangel of Truth, that sword of truth, right? So let's have a look-see-duck-see. Breathe. Archangel Michael. You and I have a very long relationship in this life. Please, one card in clarity for the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo, September 2020, considering we've got the Seeker archetype and miracles on the table. What do you see for them? What do they need this full moon to new moon next? The poetics of light. Oh, is that all? The Poetics of Light, Creation. And what I love about this deck is they do them in landscape too. They're not all portrait, they're landscape. I would do a deck with this company just because of that. I might. I'll see. It's a lot of work. The Poetics of Light, Creation, card number 25. Now, this is an oracle. I don't have these memorized, but I did open right to the page. The Poetics of Light, Creation. Something of great value is forming in your subconscious. Now, you say, no, it's not. Well, how would you know? It's subconscious. A brilliant idea is developing and will soon come to light. Feel a stream of light flow through your heart and mind. This light is your true essence. Don't try to control or understand it. Just allow it to be. You will be amazed by your creation, born of a thought and nurtured by your loving heart. This creation stems from the light of the soul and will come to life through love. Be patient. Slow and steady wins the race. Creativity thrives where there is childlike innocence and spontaneity. All unfolds at the most perfect time. Through love all is born, and to love all returns. Creation is one great love. Creativity is part of your nature, and that is true. We can't help but create. But you know, people put creativity in the artsy craftsy category or the music dance kind of thing, and never look outside of that, where you're creating your life, your reality through the narrative that you give it, right? In every moment, there's this narrative that we create. Are you a hero or a villain? Villain, victimizer, right? Here you got the seeker archetype. So what's the story, right? That you are maybe seeking creativity, seeking a solution, but my sense is that you are partaking in a miracle and may not be aware of it. Though you may be seeking a miracle, you may not always think of yourselves as part of the vehicle through which the miracle arrives, and yet if you're there, you're part of it. Creation, the Poetics of Light. The Poetics of Light. A little mystery in that one, just the meaning of the words, like they could have just called it creation. The Poetics of Light. Let's ask Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin Oracle, same company. I'm loving the Blue Angel Publishing Company, even though they named an oracle after one of their, the name of their company or vice versa. So Archangel Michael is very divine masculine. Let's ask the divine feminine here with the Kuan Yin Oracle. Breathe. See, you too can develop relationships with these divine beings. It just takes a few years, decades, like any relationship, right? And they are willing. We just need to turn towards them. So please, oh, my gracious, my beautiful friend Kuan Yin, please, Goddess Bodhisattva, Ascended Masters, beloved Divine One, please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo. Please, what is your compassionate guidance and grace in terms of what they need, my Capricorn friends, from this full moon to new moon next September 2020? The Threshold, will you just? The Threshold. Card number 39. Now, all I can tell you is, I know you probably can't see, there's a lot of like darkness in the background, but she's like, not like bursting radiant light, but definitely a softer, cooler light, like you are standing what? In a threshold. Card number 39. Let's have a look. Let's have a look-see. As they like to say, Duxie. Oh, I just went past it. Card number 39, the Threshold. Now, there's a lot written in this booklet. I'm going to read you the first little part, maybe the first paragraph, but definitely the closing prayer for it. I think you'll dig it. I don't know this one yet. I haven't read it yet. Here we go. Breathe. And Kuan Yin, please guide me in the reading. Teeny tiny writing that there is. Card number 39, the Threshold. At the threshold you stand. Before you lies a way of being that is beyond fear. It is a sacred passing through a karmic veil into a new life of empowerment, peace, spiritual service to humanity, and joy in your own soul. That if that's the threshold that you stand at, this makes sense. The seeker has been looking, but now that you have found a path, can you commit? Because there is a miracle in play here, and it has to do with your creativity. Something's being born through you, so to speak, creative through you, but you stand at the threshold. Congratulations, you are embarking on a phase of deepest soul liberation into freedom of love that triumphs over fear. It has been quite a journey, many, many lifetimes, and much inner work has been required for you to be able to perceive the light of the divine even underneath the density of fear. You are fast approaching the karmic threshold where you can shift from fear-based to love-based embodiment, and that's the miracle according to Course in Miracles. A shift in consciousness from a thought system based in fear, the ego's thought system, to a thought system based on love, the souls or the spirits. Let's do that closing prayer. I love this oracle. Prayer for the passing of the threshold. Kuan Yin, say this through me, please. May I be blessed under the compassionate love and protection of Kuan Yin as my soul prepares to cross the threshold from fear to love in all dimensions of my being. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Blessings, the jewel in the center of the lotus. Om Mani Padme Hum. I like that. I love that, actually. The threshold, I'll use that prayer. Go ahead. I'd rather move from fear to love. But now we've got a nice, solid, lovely foundation here. These next 4 cards are going to give a little bit more detail here, particularly these next 2. The Chuck Spezzano Love Pack I have divided into 2 decks. The first deck, the one only the suit of the problem, because you've got to look at what's the problem that led to be alchemized into gold. And you would say these 3 are the solution, the 3 suits of luck, healing, and grace. Let's see what the Ascended Masters have to do, and then we'll use our second healing system, the Mat Con Mantra deck. We just had a 1980s flashback. That Contra scandal. From the Ascended Masters. Going to be breathing through all of them. I almost combined both decks. That's a no-no this time. Breathe. What's going on? One more. Oh, my Ascended Masters. Please, that was lovely. 1 card in clarity. That was very clearing, very grounding. Please, for this Capricorn Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo. What do they need? What is the problem they need to be aware of? Considering the collective is talking about the seeker, the angel's a miracle, the poetics of light from Archangel Michael about creation. They're standing at the threshold, all about this life of empowerment and love and wisdom and service, moving from fear to love in every dimension of life. So please, what is the problem? The grain of sand in the belly of the oyster, the lead to be alchemized into gold, the shadow to be lifted into light for this full moon to new moon next for my Capricorn Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and we're talking about a bad attitude. Dealing with a bad attitude. Now that might be your bad attitude. You know, seekers, when they don't find what they want, they can just paint the whole thing. It's like, this is all crap, right? So it's not about getting what you want, it's about getting what you need in terms of what you're seeking here. But you are at a threshold. The journey to the threshold, as they say, a lot of work, lifetimes, not just past lives. In this life, you've had many lifetimes. Think about it. Think about going from child to adolescent to adult, and then adulting. It's like every day is a winding road. I get a little bit closer. Or maybe the bad attitude is someone that you are dealing with in a situation this new moon to full moon next, and you have the opportunity to alchemize this, to seek truth, right? To seek love, to seek the miracle in a particular relationship. Doesn't have to be one-on-one either. It could be tribal, right? A family, a group, friends, just society in general, dealing with the bad attitude, particularly if you are an empath, right? I know that's tricky. That's why I give myself, let me say this the right way, SNIT time, S-N-I-T time. Usually in the morning to kind of like, rah, rah, rah. It's like inner child work. Giving myself the time and space to do that, right? So that has its voice, but it doesn't drive the show, right? That bad attitude. Sounds like a really horrible dance move, because it can be. Breathe. Okay, my Ascended Masters, what is the solution then? The piece of luck that they need to see, the piece of healing that they need to embrace, or the piece of grace that they need to allow in to deal with this bad attitude this full moon in Pisces to new moon next for the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. This full moon to new moon next September 2020. The piece of luck, the piece of healing, or the piece of grace. Please leave it in my hand. The card of enjoyment. Sagittarius just got this. So now I do these with my eyes closed when I pull the cards and shuffle. So when something repeats like that, particularly when it just came up the previous reading, I have it still in my memory that I could say, if you have any planets in Sagittarian or dealing with the Sagittarius, might be a good idea. Because the card of enjoyment, as it said in the last one, is maybe, to enjoy somebody's bad attitude might be tricky, but it's doable if you get that it is part of passing through the threshold. Like I said, every morning, I don't wake up in a snit every morning. This morning, I did, right? Moon is in Capricorn. Oh, when I'm doing this right now, that would totally make sense. Slow and steady wins the race. Saturn, right? Boundaried, hard work, right? It's okay to have, what is a bad attitude if not just a overstimulated, overwhelmed nervous system, right? To give yourself what you need. But that's part of the healing and the miracle here for you. So don't worry. Not all who wander are lost. And not all who seek find what they are looking for, but always they find what they need, if not what they want, right? So there's something here about, can you enjoy the seeking? Can you get that detours are sometimes, oh please, in every hero's journey, it's never a straight path. There's always a detour. There's always the unexpected. There's even a descent into the underworld in a proper embracing the shadow, if not descent into the underworld, in the hero's journey. So if you are this seeker, which I do feel like you are, really keep working towards that miracle and keep calling upon the angel of miracles to help you work one, because then this can be enjoyable. It feels like if you're dealing with your own bad attitude, the idea of enjoyment is just impossible. But what is the basic definition of a miracle? Something that defies natural law. Something better than you can imagine. So if you can't imagine it, it's in the terrain of miracles. Mysticism. Great fun. I thought I was supposed to get like an eye that stopped time and a levitating cloak and, I don't know. Well, I do sort of have the Van Dyke going on. Oh, the Cumberbund. Why did the Cumberbund have to play Doctor Strange? I feel akin to him somehow, but he's married to a gorgeous woman and they have kids. I don't want to upset that apple cart. He's so cute. Breathe. And yes, I'm pretty sure he has otter DNA. I just have utter DNA. UTT, not UDD. Breathe. Ah, you're so lucky the Ascended Masters let me kibitz. You let me joke around, please, my Ascended Masters. I'm glad I make you laugh. One card in clarity, a healing mantra card from the healing mantra deck. How convenient of Matt to name it that way, that you could get a healing mantra card from a healing mantra deck for this. Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo. What do they need? What is the healing mantra they most need this September's full moon to new moon next, September 2020, please, for this seeker with miracles, creativity, the threshold, bad attitude, and enjoyment? What do they need? The mantra? Growing beyond guilt. You can't see that. Growing beyond guilt. It couldn't have happened any other way. Now, I have worked this mantra hard. Probably harder than I should have. It do work. Growing beyond guilt. Couldn't have happened any other way. Couldn't have happened any other way. Couldn't have happened any other way. I've done that with laughter. I've done that with tears. I've done that with rage. I've done that in peace. Because that's what healing often is the releasing of all of that emotional stuff by bringing in a truth that undercuts the illusion, our attachments, our wounds that, like adhesions, hold on to painful things, right? Like guilt. So growing beyond guilt, it couldn't have happened any other way. When you grow beyond guilt, there is a heartfelt acceptance that any sequence of events unfolds in a perfect flow that is organized and expressed by the universe. In other words, we are not in control of it down here. I know, law of attraction and manifestation and all of that stuff. That doesn't mean we're in control. I'm sorry. A 2-year-old cannot manifest 6 foot of height within their own body overnight without some massive gamma radiation, but then their skin turns green. It's just not pretty. Unless it's a nice shade of green. You know what I'm saying? It's a little alphaba. See what I'm saying? It's like, to get that things are scripted into the divine plan, but in the quantum and infinite variety, near infinite possible probable variety. So we get the versions that are for the benefit of our soul, not the comfort of our personality. That's why being a seeker, if you don't get what you want, get that you get what you need. It's all orchestrated by the universe. This takes the pressure of control off your shoulders so you can enjoy the way in which life has come to be. Worth it. Worth it for a mantra. Since everything is destined to change and can only change you for the better, which we don't see, but that is the journey, growing beyond guilt enables you to see how exquisitely the gift of life unfolds. To see it. To seek that, to seek that miracle, that peace, that somehow out of all of this lead, some gold is made, right? They're also giving me the fermentation process. Fermentation isn't pretty, but you know, you essentially take grape juice and you make it wine. It's sort of like alchemy. This mantra is ideal for releasing the past, releasing the past, waning moon, unhooking from karmic patterns, waning moon, and forgiving yourself. Waning moon, growing beyond guilt, forgiving yourself. Remember Course in Miracles with that connection with forgiveness, because that's the means through which lead is alchemized to gold. Fear to love is through the miracle of forgiveness. But even the Course in Miracles will say forgiveness itself is an illusion, but it is the only illusion that heals, because we're all one, right? So who are you really forgiving? Breathe. Particularly when it was scripted and couldn't have happened any other way. So let's ask the higher selves of all involved, obviously yours included. Does feel like there are other people involved in this, but let's find out. Breathe. There we go. The higher selves of all involved. Such a clear signal. The higher self collective, please. One card in clarity for this Capricorn collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. In this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo, what do they need? The piece of inspiration, information, insight for this full moon to new moon next. September 2020, because last card down, the collective pantheons here are saying the seeker archetype needs to be alchemized. The angels are saying the need to call upon the angel of miracles. Archangel Michael is saying you need to learn the poetics of light, creation. There's something being created through you, right? Your creativity is key here. Kuan Yin is saying you need to know you are at the threshold into a whole new experience of life and service and peace and compassion and healing. The Ascended Master is saying you need to know that there's a bad attitude, yours or somebody else's here, and that the remedy is a lucky one of enjoyment, and that to grow beyond guilt, knowing that it couldn't have happened any other way, then please, higher selves of all involved, what add you to what they need this full moon to new moon next? Physical touch is important. Love this card. Well, I'm an earth sign, very earth sign. Physical touch is important. Whispers of Love Oracle. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. Oh, tell me about it, man. Living alone during this challenging time. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. Granted, you know, mask it. But understand that this physical touch can also very much be about walking the path, giving legs to the miracle, right? To bring it into physical form, which again, slow and steady wins the race. I don't feel like the patience part is an issue here. I feel like the issue is you not getting what you want, but getting what you need, which by the way, prepares you eventually, hopefully, for what you want. For example, if I had met my perfect twin flame in my 20s, I wouldn't be doing this most likely. Think about that, right? It's like that's was not meant to happen. So what have I had? Twin flame after twin flame after twin flame. Remember, not every twin flame and soulmate is romantic sexual. Of course, you have more than just one. You can have dozens of them in a lifetime. So, you know, it would make sense. Yes, I would love to meet my happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, sexual, intimate, romantic, soulmate, life partner. But those are the next set of readings that I'm doing for this one. Next week, we'll do extendeds for those on Vimeo. But you get what I'm saying? It's like, so what I'm seeking and finding in my own path is that, yes, physical touch is important. I need that physical intimacy, at least that connecting with other people here in order to help ground me. And I do see that here for you as well. You're not in this alone. It does feel like there is support here. So let me put it all together. The collective pantheons are talking about the seeker archetype, right? Can you commit to a path once found? And are you looking for truth and wisdom wherever you go? With the angel of miracles at your side that you need to call to maybe help you see, or let me jump around, that it couldn't have happened any other way, right? That to grow beyond guilt will release this creativity because you're standing at the threshold of something big, but is your bad attitude in the way because you haven't really processed that it could have happened any other way, so that the remedy really here is enjoyment, and that there's physical touch is important in this, pressing the flesh, whether this is about a relationship. I know it's tricky right now. We're all supposed to stay away from each other for very, very important and wise reasons, in my opinion, and in my direct experience. People can say whatever they want. I go with my gut. And my gut and my guides are saying, put your mask on, kid. So that's my guidance. And Grace, you do you, but understand that the problem here of bad attitude might be the only thing that's holding you back. And again, it might not be all you. So let me give you the blessing. May the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon to new moon next September 2020, that they may grow beyond guilt, getting that it couldn't have happened any other way, as the seeker, finding what they need, if not what they want, through the angel and with the angel of miracles, as they stand at the threshold of a whole new life, a whole new experience, understanding that physical touch is important and that they may need that to help them with the poetics of light, anchoring it into physical form through creation, healing their bad attitude with enjoyment as they go for this full moon to new moon next. May they be so blessed. September 2020. So motivating. And so it is. That was lovely. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and wishing you the very, very best and the very, very blessed of it all, my Capricorns. Do comment too if you like. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.